This is session 1 of Understanding Composites, information designed to make you a better clinician and advance your career. Today's subject has to do with plastic AFOs and composite AFOs and the main differences between the two. Plastic AFOs are monolithic structures. They're made up of one material. As opposed to composite AFOs, they're made up of a number of different materials, or a number of different types of materials go into a composite AFO. A plastic AFO, as we've seen here, is a monolithic structure in the sense that you choose the type of plastic that you want to use for the particular AFO, for the particular patient that you're treating, and then the thickness of the plastic pretty much determines the strength of the structure. Regardless of what the design is, whether or not it's a PLS design or more of a solid ankle design, you're basically stuck with the thickness of the plastic being the structural content of the AFO. Composite on the AFOs, on the other hand, here's an example right here of our posterior lateral strut. It is composed of a number of different pieces that go into the foot plate. These also go into the foot plate as well. A number of different pieces that go into the calf band. And there are a number of strut materials that also comprise the strut portion here of the brace. And these are different types of carbon fiber, and they all have a certain purpose to make the strut stiff and the foot plate progressively flexible. What's so important, or what's so great about composite AFOs? Well, composites and carbon fiber particularly are really strong structures. This is an America's Cup boat, and it's riding on a foil. There are two foil blades, one on each pontoon. I will show you how it works in a minute as we get through this video. The foil blade is lowered into the water, as you can see right here. And as it goes into the water, it actually supports the entire weight of the boat. Here it is here again. These two red ones at the end are basically for steering, and the whole entire weight of the boat is borne on the foils that go into the water. And so that comprises a small set of square inches that is supporting the entire weight of the boat, as well as the forces that are generated against the sail as it zips along at around 30 miles an hour. Here's another characteristic of carbon fiber, and that is that its ability to store energy right there, and also rebound, or to energy return, as it's called, is inherent within the property itself. So we have this storage of energy which takes place right here, and of course the energy releasing part takes place right there to pole vault this fellow over close to 18 feet of height in order to get over the bar there. So we have these two contrasting properties that are inherent within carbon fiber, and we want to take advantage of those properties. So we have some design goals. One is to make the lightest brace possible for the existing pathology. We're not interested in duplicating what we've done in plastic. The designs are usually different than what we can do in plastic, but we want to support the existing pathology we're trying to correct. We want to make it stiff enough to provide support. We want to make it flexible enough so that it doesn't interrupt the rockers of gait. And we want to make it low profile enough so it fits easily into the shoe. And we want to give the patient the most natural gait we can. So these are our design goals when it comes to making a carbon fiber AFO. And they're important for us to keep in mind, because this is the guiding principles by which we can make a really lightweight brace that is very functional for your patient. So we're not interested in, as we said before, not interested in duplicating plastic designs, although we can. We just don't think it's necessary, and the brace needs to have a minimal presence in the shoe, and yet it has to be a combination of this flexibility and rigidity that helps restore gait. One of the hidden costs of plastic bracing has to do with shoes. Patients often have a set of shoes when they come to see you, and then if you provide them with a set of AFOs that are made out of plastic, typically they have to go and buy an extra wide shoe, an extra depth shoe, or a different size shoe in order to accommodate the plastic brace. And if you think about that, over the course of owning the brace, that can amount to hundreds of dollars, not only mentioning the amount of time it takes to hunt down a pair of shoes that you can wear over a brace. This next patient is one who has had solid ankle AFOs with some hinges in them, and she really has a hard time finding shoes. She's content to wear skateboard shoes. She's not asking for something fancy, just a pair of sneakers that go over the AFOs. Listen to her talk about shoe shopping.
Going into a store and sitting there for 2 hours, like, it's terrible. And finding a brand, a line of shoes, this isn't something where it's like, oh, just you can wear flip-flops or something. Like, you have to wear shoes with these. Why can't I find shoes that fit? So I'm probably set for a little bit here, having 4 extra pairs. But really, like, hey, yo, Airwalks, you guys got any extra rider's shoes? I'll buy them. Some people with AFOs can just wear whatever shoes they want, and then other people with AFOs are so limited to their shoes, and then it depends on their money. I'm sure New Balance and some of those other brands, I'm sure I could go out and buy them and they would work. I just have to think about price. At least the Airwalks, I mean, they were never really that expensive. I think the most I spent was like maybe $35, and then with them on sale, it could be like $15. Anyways, if you get anything out of this video, shoe shopping can be very frustrating, but it's quite necessary for people with AFOs. And also, Airwalk. If you have anything extra, I'll take them. I would love to have days where I'm not wearing the same shoe every day for 6 months. I'm just saying. You know, it's just an idea.
So we often don't think of how we affect people's lifestyles when it comes to providing AFOs for them, but if they have to spend an inordinate amount of time shopping for shoes, our position is that you can do it without having to shop for new shoes by using some of these strut designs that we have developed. So in the coming videos, we will explain why you would use a medial strut and a lateral strut and the different tops that we have and why you would use each one of those. So stay tuned for more instructional videos on understanding composites, and again, we're trying to help you be a better clinician and advance your career. Thanks for listening.